Okay, it's Michael, and we're gonna make a short video. Aren't we happy? Yes, we are. Okay, the video we're going to make is a preparation video for a hike that I'm going to take on Monday. Today is Saturday, August 9th, I think. So it's gonna be Monday, August 11th, 2014, and I'm 41 years old. And I'm doing this hike, this exact hike, because this is one that a good friend of mine, Paul Hoogie, did about 4 or 5 years ago when I met him. It may have been a little longer than that, may have been 6 years. But it was a really inspirational for me to see what he did this day, and it's kind of stuck with me. And the other day I was hiking the same trail, and I was thinking, I wonder if I could do something similar to what he did now. I won't be able to do exactly what he did. He probably was just setting a personal record, or maybe even a course record. I just want to see kind of what my baseline is right now at this point in my life, and not necessarily compare myself to what he did, but kind of as a tribute, and also the motivation and the impact that it made on me. Quite possibly what I'm doing today might impact somebody I might meet in the future, and this way I can kind of describe to them what I did and how I did it, as well as give that person or persons some of the same advice that Paul has given me. So let me show you basically, this is my preparation here. These are all of the things that I've got that I'm going to have in my car. So the trail that I'm doing is Mount Sanitas. It's about 3.8 miles round trip. It's a big loop with about 1,300 to 1,400 foot of elevation gain. And it's moderately strenuous. And most people just do one loop. It takes about anywhere between an hour to 2 hours, depending on your just ability to travel that type of a terrain, which is quite rocky, and a lot of it's pretty hard on your legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get there at 5 o'clock in the morning at the trailhead, and I'm going to go from basically sun up to sundown, which is about 15 or 16 hours. I plan on doing it probably till about 8 to 9, depending on where I'm at in this process and how I'm feeling. So what I'm going to do is, he did 10 loops in 9.5 hours. So I'm guessing if it takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours a loop, depending on how worn out I get throughout the day, I'm going to get somewhere between 7 to 10 loops in 15 hours. So let me just kind of show you what I'm bringing here. And we can start with the clothes first. So this is a shirt, and there's this material called non-wicking material, which is basically breathable, very light. So I'm going to actually wear, even though it's summer, it's going to be like 90 degrees. I'm probably going to wear a long sleeve shirt throughout most of the day. I'm either going to have a long sleeve shirt or no shirt. If I have no shirt, I do have sunscreen, which I'll be wearing all day. But anyway, so most of the material is this dry fit type of material. This is made by Nike, and also the underwear. If not, you'll get friction blisters or whatever if you don't have some type of material like this. So this is not really cotton. I'm not sure what it's made out of. It's the same stuff as the shirt. And then some also Nike. This is like a Nike, there we go. Some Nike shorts and Go Light hat. And this is basically the same type of very, very light material, kind of a sweatband there. And then I got some brand new shoes for this, which are Merrell trail shoes. It depends on what kind of a challenge you're going to give yourself. You should have the right equipment. So I've got this. They're about a half a size too big. I wear either 11 or 11.5. These are size 12, and that way I'm going to have some foot swelling, and also you're coming down a lot, and the front of your foot should not hit the front of your shoe, because it can cause damage to your toes and a lot of pain in your toes. So basically my big toe probably ends up about right there, and I'm just going to have the laces really tight. But you can see, I mean, this is a really good, this is going to be really good traction for this trail. And then also I'm going to have in my vehicle at the trailhead another set of clothes, which basically almost mimics the set that I'm going to be wearing, just in case if something happens and I need to change clothes for whatever reason. I don't plan on falling and getting all bloody, but if I do, probably bloody and a white shirt's not going to work. And then, you know, I don't know. I'm just a hyper prepared person, so I wear these Injinji socks, which actually help prevent blisters. And here are the socks that I'm going to be wearing. And I've only worn them once or twice, so those would be pretty good. And then I've got an extra pair of shoes here, just in case of, I mean, this is the first time I'll be wearing these shoes other than having broken them in yesterday. So I've got another pair of light trail running shoes that I'm going to have with me. And then, of course, nutrition is very important. Paul says that you need to nourish yourself about 300 calories an hour. So worst case scenario, if it takes me 2 hours to make the loop, I'm going to have 600 calories with me, which is basically these little blocks are kind of like gummy bears. These are 200 calories a piece. So every loop I'll probably be carrying maybe something like this, and then also there'll be a little bit of nutrition in the sports drink that I have. I'm going to carry 2 waters with me. One's a 24 ounce and one's a 20 ounce, and both of these will have a electrolyte hydration mix, which is called Scratch, and this was suggested to me by a friend of mine, Amy, at work. And basically, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this has sodium and potassium to replenish your electrolytes, and has just a little bit of sugar in it. So not very many ingredients here, but this will help prevent me from becoming hyponatremic and bonking out, getting cramps, etc. on the trailhead. And then in my car, I'm not going to carry this with me. But I've just got some other stuff here. I don't really plan on eating this because this is high protein, high fat, and really I just want easily accessible glucose in my bloodstream, not necessarily a belly full of almond butter. But if I just really am craving something, then I at least have something nutritious to have with me at the car. So each round I'm going to put some of this hydration mix into the canisters of water with me, and I also have a case of water in the car. If I find that I'm actually just drinking water, I'm going to supplement also with some of these Succeed S caps, which basically also are sodium and potassium electrolyte supplement. In case, you know, just for extra protection, some anti-friction cream for in between my legs that will actually go with those undies. And I had a Garmin 305 GPS heart rate monitor, and this thing is awesome. But anyway, I'm going to kind of use this to document. It will, you know, tell me basically how much strain I'm having on my heart and the altitude gain and loss that I have, and will basically kind of track the entire 15 hours for me, and that way I can kind of see if I did better or worse some loops, or if I was pretty consistent. Now Paul's 9.5 hours basically they marched out almost exactly the same for the entire time, so he was keeping the same pace the whole time. I don't think that I'm going to be able to do that. I think that I'm probably going to slow down after about the 3rd lap, but you know, you never know. So it would be nice to see that graphically after I'm done. And then I've got some sunscreen. I may even carry this little thing of sunscreen with me here in my bag, just in case if I find that I feel like my face is burning or my neck is burning. That way I've got some with me. Some nice lightweight cheap sunglasses. And this is just in case if I have a fall, which is, you know, I don't expect to, but it would be the first time. And, you know, in case if I need to get to the car and just kind of clean myself off, then I've got what I need. So usually if I'm going on a hike, I've got a few different options as far as bags. This is a very light Camelback, which has a hydration bladder in it. Sometimes I don't even use the hydration bladder. Sometimes I just throw a few bottles in here and just take off. But today what I'm going to do, or actually Monday what I'm going to do, is I'm going to use this Go Light bag that I just purchased. And it's basically a fanny pack. This is going to go by my butt. And then this on the front, and I'll have my phone easily accessible to me in case anybody wants to come join me for the run. I've got it posted on Facebook, so I'm hoping that Some friends will come make a loop with me throughout the day. I've got 4 or 5 people that have kind of committed to doing that. And then anytime I go out on my bike or a trail run or whatever, I always have some identification here with me. So in case of emergency number and all of that. So that's a good idea to have. You know, you might want to consider putting just a copy of that in pretty much all of your bicycle seat bags or hiking bags just to have with you. I keep a copy in my laptop computer bag in case I accidentally forget my laptop somewhere or whatever, you know, just a good idea. So here I've got some Excedrin and some Benadryl in case if I get stuck by 100 bees all of a sudden at the top of the mountain, which, you know, has actually happened before, not to me, but you might want to keep some Benadryl with you just in case. I keep this roll of tape here. Now what I used to keep with me is a 4-inch or whatever 3-inch ace wrap. It's much heavier than this roll of tape, and from my understanding what Paul said is that this is just as good. You know, if you've fractured your ankle or something and you had to wrap your ankle up to stabilize yourself to get back down the mountain, then this would work just as good as this, or even better, going you know, just around your sock to get you downhill. We really don't have very many bugs where we're at, but you can consider some of this insect repellent. And then, just in case if it gets late at night, I'm gonna have this with me. This is an overhead lamp that just kind of goes right over your head. It takes 4 AA batteries, and I always keep extra batteries with me. And then I've got, you know, a really good handheld light here. So at least I've got some options if it gets dark and I'm at lap 10 and decide that I want to keep going. Then I've got that. And here I've got an extra shoelace, and I've got a rain jacket. Because you never know if it's going to start pouring down raining on the top of the mountain. And this is just as super light but good coverage, and that'll actually just fit like right in there. It'll be like I never had it. So in here I'll have this, and on this side I'll have the extra water, which is basically kind of going to look like that. In my car, and if I were going on a very long hike, I might take an extra like a battery charger to charge my battery up in case if I was using Strava, or, you know, just felt like I was going to lose battery power for some reason. And then also in this bag I'm going to have 2 Ziplocs. One Ziploc I'm going to use for the trash for my goo. After I use my goo, then I'll put this in here, because if not, the residual from here will just leak all over your pockets or your bag or whatever, and it'll be a mess. And then this is in case if I want to cover my phone up. I don't know if my phone will fit in one of these small ones, but if that's the case, then I'll just have 2 small ones. But it's nice to be able to protect your electronic equipment. This phone that I have is actually, you know, 30 minutes water resistant. So, and then just some other stuff here that I may or may not carry. Some Band-Aids and just kind of like an extra skin source in case if those shoes, since I haven't worn them yet, I don't know if I'm going to get blisters. Hopefully I won't. And that's kind of the reason why I have an extra set of shoes, just in case if I need to switch. And then before, you know, anytime I'm getting ready for something like this, I kind of make a little list of everything I'm going to need, so that way I don't forget anything. And this is pretty much the entire list here. If it were winter time, I'd have some gloves and an extra beanie. And, you know, I still haven't decided which I'm going to use as far as the entire day. I might switch to Camelback throughout the middle of the day. One good thing about having the Camelback is that you can have your hands tied, holding on to the straps, so that way you get a little less edema and swelling in your hands and your fingers. That's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully I can post some pictures of a successful day on Monday. Thanks. Bye.
Selfie?
Selfie. This is a selfie video.
Hi.
Okay.
Oh.
Careful.